Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the We Are United podcast. I'm here again with Gary, and of course, I am Kenny. And today we're talking about something a little different. Last time we talked about our favorite sports movies. Today we're going to get a little more serious. Maybe talk about some things that most people haven't really thought about before as it relates to personal training. Gary, as you know, personal training can be a rather expensive thing. Some people do it just because it's something to put on their Facebook status. Hey, I met with my trainer this morning and it was freaking great. Or it's something that they actually really need. And I know you and I have been in this business now for a little over 10 years, and we've worked with just about everyone. And in your experience, would you say most of your clients are in desperate need of a trainer?
Yeah, some of our clients, been with us many years, came to us, 80 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, lost the weight 3.5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right,
it just becomes a part of it, becomes a part of their, their weekly ritual, becomes a part of their budget. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where people pay their cable bill every month. They don't think about it. It just automatically comes out. You know what I mean? So with a lot of our clients, it just becomes that way as far as each month. They know they come in and say, hey, I'm going to be with you forever. So, here you go. Mm-hmm. And, but when you sit down, just like what we do, we've been doing for almost over a decade, is you come in, sit down, consultation. Sometimes if it's a referral, they already know what it's going to cost, so they're like, it's a different game than when somebody, as far as they come in and they say, hey, look, what does it cost to get a personal trainer? And of course, it just really depends on, you can go to, one gym and a guy says, man, I'll train you for $20 a session. Usually a session's an hour. Some trainers do half hours, 45 minutes. And you go to the other side of town and it could be a block away and a guy there charges $70. So it really comes down to, the word expensive, it can be so broad, you know what I mean? Right. Because if a female or a man, they say, well, $20 an hour, if I make $10 an hour and I'm gonna pay you $20 an hour, that's expensive.
Right.
So that's where you really will, breaking it down and saying, okay, so, let's not look at it as a money point. Let's look at it as, what is this going to do for your well-being?
We used to work with a guy years ago when we first got in the business, and he was one of the sales guys at the gym we worked at. And I remember him saying one time, and he used to tee us up for our consultations. He would kind of let us know who we were working with and give us a little background. So it was not such a cold open. He'd introduce us to the clients. And he used to say, everybody pays the piper. You're either going to pay the trainer now, get in the best shape of your life, and kick out some of these health issues that you have. You may write a check for $1,000 that'll cover the next 3 months of your life. But after those 3 months, you're not going to be writing your check or swiping a debit card or spending your whole paycheck on medication to control your type 2 diabetes. You're not going to be buying insulin anymore. You're not going to be paying a doctor every month to give you an exam to tell you the exact same thing he's been telling you for the last 10 years. That if you don't make some changes, you're going to lose a foot. You're going to lose quality of life. I mean, how many clients have we trained that their goal is not necessarily lose weight, but to be able to get in their floor and play with their grandkids?
Oh, agree.
You can't put a price on sitting on the floor and then actually being able to get up under your own power.
Right, exactly.
And I've trained people that was their literal goal, was to be able to lay down on the floor and then get back up again without having to grab a hold of the couch or get somebody to help them up. And what he was saying, when everybody pays the piper, you're either going to pay doctors and pharmacists and people to medicate you for the better part of your adult life so that you can be quote unquote normal, or you can make some changes, hire a trainer. It doesn't matter. I mean, not everybody listening to this is in the Greenville area, which is where we're based out of.
Right.
But if you're somewhere else, we will help you.
Oh, definitely. Oh, man.
We know trainers all over the country. We know good trainers that have moved away. And then we'll help you research them.
Exactly. And we've had clients that train with us, and they go, I'm moving to Chicago, I'm moving to New York, and I will literally research trainers. So
we've had clients that have become trainers. We're about to hire one of our clients as a trainer right now.
She lost 200 pounds.
In like, what, 18 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
unbelievable. So I guess what we really want to dive into today is you will spend money on the things that are a priority for you. If you're in a predicament right now where a doctor has literally told you that unless you make significant changes, you're going to have significant consequences, then you need to start looking at the things that have put you there and eliminate them. The common person, if you were to eliminate your McMuffin run every morning, which is what, $6-7?
Yeah, that's probably $6.
$6 for a combo.
Yeah, they usually do maybe
coffee, hash brown,
upsize it.
Yeah, because you will if they ask you.
That's right.
You know, if they say you want to supersize it, sure,
go ahead.
You know, it's like an automatic response. I would do it. So you know, it's $6 you spend at breakfast every morning. You know, it's the Starbucks run that you make where the guy who takes your order doesn't even ask you what you want anymore. They see you come in, they just start making it. You know, that's what, $5-6? Plus you'll get a muffin sometimes or something like that. And then for lunch, you don't bring anything with you. You'll go out wherever everybody else is going. Applebee's, you'll go to...
Somebody with one of my clients today, they ran into, it's just, they ran into a sub shop and they said, I got a sub, a drink, and a chips, and it cost me almost $10.
Yep.
So it's just, it's making those priorities.
You know, then you're on the way home from work. Maybe you got a 20-30 minute commute. In Greenville right now, during this time of year, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We're shooting this the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Right. You'll get
traffic is just
you'll get
crazy. This
Monday morning. But we're actually doing this the day before Thanksgiving. And right now, with Thanksgiving being tomorrow, Christmas is literally right around the corner. You can't get anywhere down Woodruff Road, Pelham Road, Pleasantburg Drive. It's full. So if you're driving home, your 15-20 minute commute is now a 30 to 40 minute commute. You start getting sleepy, maybe you need to pick me up, you stop at a gas station, you buy a candy bar, you buy a drink. Before you know it, you spent $3-4 there, and then you get home and you realize I'm too tired to cook, so you order pizza.
Yeah, I mean, just like earlier, the crew was here filming for our show, The Flip Side, and one of the guys, they stop, picks up a big power drink,
Monster energy drinks,
a candy bar,
and it's $7.
Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing healthier or nutritious about that.
When you look at all that, by the end of the day, you spent $6, another 12. You spent about $30 to $40,
and there's nothing nutritious,
nothing at all.
In there.
You've eaten all empty calories, and most of it is calories from sugar, fat, and it's doing is increasing your body mass, which is making you gain weight, which is put you in this type 2
slowing the metabolism.
State. You're literally doing all the stuff to get you to the point where a doctor said unless you make significant changes, there will be significant consequences.
Right. So, and what we're talking about today, so if let's say a man, he spends $25 a day in that regimen, and it's usually about a daily regimen, because most people get into a regimen and that's what they stick with. Same restaurant in the morning, same coffee shop, same gas stations, right? So then it comes down to, and what we're going to talk about, what we discussed today is, how to perceive when somebody says, is personal training is expensive. I've heard it's expensive. So it's going, well, it's based on what you think of is expensive. If you told me that you spent $25 a day on sugar,
I'd say that's expensive.
That's expensive.
Yeah, because I could have went to the grocery store and ate for a week off $25.
Right, exactly.
4 meals a day, high protein, the perfect amount of carbs, vegetables, good home-cooked meals that I can prep in 10 or 15 minutes. And the flip side is just proof that we can cook things fast and cook things efficiently.
Right.
So if you're telling me you're spending $25 a day on random junk, and I can take that same $25 and eat on it for a week.
Yeah, make you healthy. So it's changing that mindset. So, especially, when we hire new trainers, right? And we go through, we show them how to do a consultation and we sit down with somebody. I said, we always go over, when you're sitting with somebody, because you may deem something as expensive, doesn't mean somebody else is going to deem it as expensive.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's taking that mindset. And the other thing is, it's just like a couple that I've been training for 4 years. The honey came in, 22 medications down to 1. Yeah. So you look at that and you go, you talk to, they were spending $400 a month on medications. Now, that became a part of their life. They knew that every month it was going to cost them roughly $400 to just go buy his medication. The crazy thing is the medication is just to get you to the next month and to the next month.
Yeah, it's not going to go away.
No,
it's not fixing anything.
No, that's right. It's prolonging the inevitable.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's saying, okay, what we're going to do is we always, and as long as we've been doing this, your doctor comes first. So if somebody comes in and they say, hey, look, I met with a trainer. Here's what they suggest, we should avoid. What should we see? Mm-hmm. We have them take that to the doctor. And 99.99% of the doctor says, man, I'm happy. You're finally doing something.
Well, I'm training a lady now. She's 66 years old. She's never worked out a day in her life until I met her last March. We're coming up right at almost a year in March. So, she is doing push-ups, front squats with a barbell, and she's 66 years old. And, her biggest thing was when I sat down with her is I just want to know how to eat. Just tell me how to eat. And I put her on our nutritional, and we've been changing it and adding to it, and I've gotten with our doctor. We compare notes. Her doctor, her blood test, her blood work is the best it's been in 40 years. Like, she hasn't had blood work like that since she was in her 20s.
That's amazing. And
the doctor's like, don't even tell me what you're doing. She's like, don't even tell me. Just keep doing it because I want to keep it a mystery because whatever you're doing shouldn't work. Right. Shouldn't work this well.
Right.
And, she's a great client. She does exactly what she's told. But her goal was not to get off medication. It was not to lose a bunch of weight because she was a very small lady. Her goal was to go back to Disney World and be able to walk the entire time. Yeah. Because she just went 6 months before and her legs cramped so bad. She had such debilitating pain because she was so out of shape that they had to put her in a wheelchair after the first day. And they wheeled her around for 4 days and she felt horrible about it.
Right.
So I trained her for the 6 months leading up. She just went in September. She walked all 4 days. And what we found out is by training and eating correctly, we figured out that it wasn't that she had any like bone issues or joint issues. It was actually just cramps. She had a huge deficiency of potassium. We added 1 banana in the morning and 1 banana in the afternoon. Her cramps went away. Yeah. Now she's crushing workouts and walking around Disney World. That was her goal.
Right.
And for her, we started out doing 30-minute sessions because we try to get people into programs that fit their budgets. That's the key. Nobody is doing this job to get filthy rich. I didn't get into this business for that. I got into this business because I really wanted to help people.
Yes, our passion is.
And this is what I would choose to do if I had my choice of jobs. This is what I've always wanted to do. This is what I'm doing. And, our goal is to figure out what you need and then put you in the right program and on the right nutrition to reach those goals. And when it comes to budgeting for something, people will very often go out and buy a car that's $100 more a month than they really wanted to pay. But they really want the car. And they can give you 50 reasons why they really needed to get that car. And they'll convince themselves and you that they really needed it. And they'll pick it up and they'll budget accordingly. Even though it's $100 more than they originally planned, they'll still make that thing work. That payment will still get made. And what you were saying earlier about saying something that is expensive is relative, it's true. For me, if you're telling me you're eating $25 worth of candy every day, you wasted $25. You got nothing out of that other than 10 pounds. That's what you got out of it. Over the course of that month, you're probably going to pick up 4 or 5 pounds. It's not good. So what I'm saying is, if you know this is something that you have to have, doctors have told you, unless you make changes, things are going to go south real fast. I've trained people that have lost feet, legs, the diabetes. It's not fun, and we turn their life around. But what I think is if you look at the things that actually put you in this predicament, if you cut out the fast food if you cut out the unnecessary spending at the grocery store. Half the grocery store you don't even need, Gary. You don't even need it.
Oh, but the other day, so I do a shopping trip, right? So we're in the grocery store, and we go up and down, each aisle. So we have her 2 weeks worth of food, and I've got a couple. Many of these stores, but so we got her 2 weeks worth of food, and she said, "One, I've never seen my shopping cart so healthy." She was actually. She was radiating out how happy she was. So we get there, we check out, and she looks at me like, did I come in before and pay half the bill for her? Because she's like, this is all it's going to cost. I said, you have 2 weeks. I said, what we've done, we've cut out the potato chips. We've cut the crackers and the cookies and the soft drinks. So we've cut all that out. So now we've gotten down to real whole food. You know what I mean? So it's taking what we just cut out, because you're already buying it. You're already buying the cookies and the crackers. You're already buying that stuff. You don't realize that bag of chips is $4. A pack of crackers is $3. You know what I mean? Sodas, sometimes they're on sale. They got to go, I'm going to get 6 of them.
4 for $5.
That's
and all
right.
That, yeah.
So what we're doing is, but you go on a weekly basis, and that adds up. To me, that's expensive.
It's very expensive.
I
know, like, personally, before I got into this business, we have 2 kids. They were really small at the time. And, they were still drinking bottles and eating baby food. And we would spend easily $400 a month just on me and Kelly. Because we were buying all the stuff you just said. And then when I got into the business, we started at the same time.
Right.
I started a couple days later. Ago. There you were.
Right.
And here we are now.
Yeah.
So, but when we started working together, we went hardcore on this plan. 100%, no cheats. I eat the same thing every day, but what I figured out is now I was feeding the whole family. Now I can feed my entire family. I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. We spend about $400 a month total. And that we still have to buy some things for the kids.
Because kids,
the snacks and stuff like that. But as far as meals, we cook like you see us cook on the flip side. Like that's what we normally eat, and it's a lot less. But if you were to take that inflated grocery bill, cut out the fast food, take out the cigarettes that are contributing to your bad health. If a doctor tells you got to quit smoking or you're going to get lung cancer or you already have it, you need to cut that out anyway.
I seen the other day, I was watching television and I actually crunched the numbers, and so they said the average American will spend $10,000 a year on cigarettes. And that's a big number, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna get. So I pulled up research, and what it was is they were basing that on if you smoked 2 packs of cigarettes and you lived in New York. Okay, so it's about $7 a pack. Yep, so it's $14 a day, and it's a little extreme. I get that, but even in most states, it's $5, $6 a pack. So you're still around $10 to $12. If you get 2 packs, and I know people that smoke 2 packs a day and it doesn't even faze them, right? So to me, that's expensive.
Dude, you're talking about even if you only spent half of that. Here in South Carolina, if you only spent half of that, you're only spending $5,000 a year. That's more than most people pay in property taxes a year. Okay, that's crazy.
Right. So, everybody has this perception as, I'm frugal. So anybody that knows me, I like the word use frugal. So, I won't buy shirts unless I need them. You know what I mean? Right. I'm real I'll buy shoes when they're on sale. I can't go into a store and pay $100 for a pair of shoes. It boggles my mind. You know, so I'll wait till they're on sale. Shirts, I like to buy those on sale. I'm just frugal about certain things. You know what I mean? So it's when we sit down with people, it says, hey, look, the one great thing I like when we do with these consults, and no matter where you live, call us.
Yeah.
We'll do it over the phone. We'll set everything up, and we'll actually locate you a trainer. We'll do the consultation. We'll get all that out of the way. So when we contact a trainer, he's just going to sit down with you, go over it again, and he knows exactly where you need to be. But, it's like, let's budget a month. We're going to see, you and I are going to sit here. We're going to go through your entire month, and we're going to budget, and we're going to find what we're going to cut out. And to get you to the point where either, first thing we start is maybe 1 day a week of some group training, because the ultimate goal is getting you to 3 to 4 days a week, 1 hour sessions with a trainer, and getting you to that point to where it's changing your mindset and saying, hey, look, and the one thing I was talking with a client today, and one thing, it's weird, over the 10 years, I've worked with tons of ladies that have breast cancer, gone through breast cancer. So it's I actually wearing my breast cancer shirt on, I just happen to throw it on. So, so I've got the breast cancer shirt on that we have. And, so we were talking, and she's been with me, almost 4 years, from the time she met the guy that she's married to, through the her losing weight. And then we were exercising one day. She felt some pain in her lower back, and she went to the doctor, and she's got stage 4 breast cancer. But the doctor made it very clear, if you hadn't been training, we may not be talking today. And that really hit her, because at first when we sat down, she's a doctor herself, but she was actually still in medical school. And so we were trying to budget all of that because she wanted to lose some weight, but in turn, it saved her life, and she still trains weekly to this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's changing the mindset, because we can cut out the other stuff, but it says, if you go to your doctor and he goes, we may not be talking in a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you don't make some massive life changes. And a lot of time that's completely redoing everything you're doing, because the big thing is when our clients go to the doctors, especially the ones that are sort of, extremely overweight, the doctor probably been telling them for years, you need to do something.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, if he hasn't told you yet, he will.
Right.
You can't keep dodging this bullet. I mean, it's just inevitable. And the older you get, the harder it is to stay in shape no matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if all you do is stay in the gym and eat clean. Over time, your body just wants to settle down and fall. Your metabolism's going to slow. I mean, we're in our late 30s now, and I mean, I can't push it the way I did when I was 25. That gear's not there anymore. Like the one I used to just be able to just tap into, it's not there. It's not the same. And as you get older, if you've got bad habits that you've had all through your 20s and 30s, they're not going to all of a sudden just become good habits overnight. Like, you're not just going to wake up one day. No, it isn't.
It's a process. It's a process.
You're not going to wake up one day and just be fine. You're not going to quit doing these things. They're ingrained in you at this point. If you're 20 years into this cycle, unless you do something equally drastic to change it, a lot of what we do that first 2 weeks that we meet with clients is basically a detox.
Oh yeah,
I'm not talking about where you drink some weird concoction. No. It's just
your clients shake. They have night sweats, because what we're doing is, salt is an addictive substance.
Yeah, salt and sugar. If you eliminate those two things, most of your problems will almost go away. I mean, you'll feel pretty bad for about 3 days, because your body's going to fight like hell to keep that.
Right. So when we're sitting there, and somebody comes in and they sit down, just like the two sisters that started 2 weeks ago, they're in great shape. But what it was is they were at another gym, and the gym closed. Okay, and obviously, they're some of our referrals from our other great clients. So they came in, and they sat down, great shape. And the whole thing is, they said, look, ever since we've stopped training, we haven't slept good. You know what I mean? I could tell my energy level's down. So one thing I really like doing is if you come to me and you have some weight to lose, that's a done deal.
Yeah.
That's done. I won't even discuss that, because that's going to happen. Yeah. But here's what's going to happen is, through that process, you're going to sleep better. You're going to have more energy. Just going back to, the couple I was telling you about a while ago. So the husband comes off 22, went from 22 to 1. And, so his wife, when I first met her, quiet, shy, reserved. All of a sudden,
I think I know you're talking about.
it pops, and then it's boom. She comes in the gym and she's jumping, and she's like, all right, let's go. 4 years in, they still train 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's just the quality of life. What would you pay? And that's what I ask people. So look, what would you pay if you could, if in 3 months you could be off medication, sleep better? If you're a type 2 diabetic, boom, you're gone. type 1, life's more manageable, you know, what would you do if it was mad to give anything? Okay, you'd give anything, you know, but once again, it goes back into how you look at it, how you can budget it. And the one great thing is if you're with if you sit with a great trainer and you're sitting there no matter where you live, and he is willing to sit there and take time out, he's going to give you an hour and a half, he's going to give you 2 hours, and he's like, look, I just want you to sit with me. We're going to go through A to Z. We're going to go through this thing, and I'm going to show you how I can change my life. You know what I mean? And we're going to get through this together. And we're going to get you where you want to be. No matter where that is in life, we're going to get you there. You know what I mean? So we're going to take out all the negative stuff where you heard, you know, I would get a trainer, but it's too expensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get that because everybody's budget is completely different. You know what I mean? And, you know, I know we a couple weeks ago, you went and got your hair cut.
Yeah.
And, you know, you were sitting there talking to all the ladies, and, you know, they made it clear that their budget's not, you know, a big budget. So that's where you brought them in and said, hey, look, we're still going to I'm going to give you plenty of time. We're going to do a consultation one-on-one, and then you form a group. So the next thing you know, if you say expensive, well, I don't know what you're talking about at that point, because now we're talking, you know, cheaper price, not a cheaper price, but a better budgeted price, but you're getting everything else the same.
And with United, you know, what we do, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not everybody eats this.
No.
It's not everybody works out this way. No one gives me a workout for the week and I have to follow it to a T. Like, there's 3 of us. Lucas will be on the podcast with us hopefully next week. He's our boy. He's our vampire.
Yeah, he's just like us. He's got 10 plus years in. So I mean, we get together and, you know, we run through this stuff. So, you know, when we're together, I mean, we have meetings. It seems like all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, impromptu meetings.
Yeah.
Like, this podcast actually came from us having a conversation earlier today where we were just like, if I was in the worst spot imaginable, if a doctor told me I got to change or I'm going to die, then I would do whatever it is I had to do to fix it.
Right.
You know, and the thing is, like, not all personal trainers are created equal.
No.
You know, and I'm not saying that we're the 3 best trainers.
Not
in
at
the
all.
world.
Not at all. Because I'm learning every day.
I mean, we're nobody's going to look at us and go, "That's a bodybuilder. That guy's yoked. That guy's jacked." We're normal guys who we're fit. We're in good shape. I go to the doctor. I don't have to worry about high cholesterol or any of that stuff. You don't. Lucas doesn't. And we don't do anything special. We work out and we eat relatively clean 90% of the time. Like that. I mean, that's really all we do. And, you know, it doesn't have to be the super trainer that you saw on TV or, you know, whoever's got the best marketing campaign. It's just a matter of who do you trust? When you sit down across from that trainer.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you could sit with a trainer and not actually feel comfortable with that trainer. That doesn't mean that you have to work with that trainer.
Right. You know, we've done consults. I've done consults before where I know that I'm not going to mesh with the person. Our personalities just, they clash. And it's not that I'm a bad person or they're a bad person. It's just that I can look at our trainers and I can go, you know what? She'd be really great with her because they are very much alike. And, you know, we give clients away, you know, especially if you need to come at a time and I've already got a spot. Like, I would have no problem if I did a consult giving them to you or Lucas. Because if I give them to you, it's like if I train them anyway.
Yeah, I actually I went there yesterday, and, you know, I was telling you when I got back, you know, so I'm walking out, and he's a great guy. I've known him from the gym for years. And he's finally in the industry, you know. So we talked for almost an hour on the sidewalk, and what we discussed was he really didn't know how to get into it. So he went to a gym. They told him, said, "Hey, you can bring clients in and stuff like that." But he had no clue beyond that point and how to get clients and stuff. So we stopped for about an hour, and I said, one of the biggest things is if somebody lives 30 minutes away, right, either which way. I said, I'm not going to expect that person to drive to me unless they truly want to train with one of us, right? So, but what I'll do is I will find a trainer. It's not about getting your paycheck or your money. Our biggest thing is, and the one thing that, you know, when Lucas, you and I, we formed this company, you know, there's people that's reached out to us and said, I want to train with you guys. I want to work with you guys. You know what I mean? And right now, what we've got, we work great, but we all have the same beliefs. We're not in it for a paycheck. We're not in it for you come to the gym, train a client, go home. It's like, hey guys, if you're looking for help, we will find you help. I don't care where you live. If you live in low part of South Carolina, I worked down there for a while in some gyms, and there's some great trainers out there, and but the biggest thing on this podcast tonight is when somebody, or if you're thinking about using a personal trainer, best thing to do is just go to a gym, sit with a trainer, see what they have to say. That's the first thing. And I tell, when I do a consultation, if they go, hey, what do I need to bring? Just bring yourself. That's all I want you to do. You don't bring your wallet, don't bring your checkbook.
Wear something comfortable.
That's it. We're just going to sit and talk. We're going to see what your goals are. It's all about you. So you tell me everything that's going on, and we're going to make a program that's for you. And then what we'll do is we'll talk. And once again, sometimes it goes, well, that was a little bit more than what I thought it was going to cost. Hey, I understand that, but here's that we can do. You know what I mean? And next thing to know, 3 months go by, they're off medications, they're feeling great. They said, you know what? Thank you for showing me how to budget this, how to make this work, because if you had it, I don't know where I'd be at today.
Right. Well, you'd be right where you were when I met you.
Exactly.
Basically the same, unchanged. And, so I think the main theme of this podcast is we are united. When we came up with the name for the company, we went with United because it's really a symbiotic relationship. It's you, it's me, the client. It's a relationship that without one, there's not the other. We need clients and you need trainers. And if we do this thing together, when we work at it together, it'll work. It'll succeed. There's no reason why a woman can't come in and start the plan and lose 10 pounds the first 2 weeks. There's no reason a guy can't come in, use the plan, drop 15 pounds the first 2 weeks. You can do that without even thinking. I can bring you in, just have you eat clean and put you in a corner for an hour. You just stand in the corner and you'll lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Because it's change. It's any change for people that are significantly overweight is huge. Somebody who needs to lose 80 plus pounds, any significant change to their diet, their daily diet, is going to make a huge difference on the scale. You take a person who only needs to lose 10 pounds, they got to work at it a little bit harder. Your body's going to naturally want to just hang on to what you got. But I think the key here is we are united. This is the We Are United podcast. This is something that we can kind of express our thoughts. Eventually we want to have some clients come on with us and share, some of their stories. But if you're out there and you've been to the doctor, or you're at a place where you know that a doctor visit is going to be inevitable in the near future, go online, shoot us an email. Our bios are on there. Reviews, we've probably got 30-something reviews on there. Point. People that are honestly giving their opinion of the service. But if you're out there and you don't have a trainer and you're looking for something, go online, shoot us an email, give us a call. Come by the gym. We're at 430 Woodruff Road, Athletic Performance Center. Joel Nagy, best guy in the whole world.
Great guy.
Gym owner. Guy. He's been in business 20 plus years, and he lets us train there. He loves our clients. He takes care of them. We take care of his. Love that guy. So come by and see us. Drop us an email. As always, you can leave something in the comments below. Tell us what give us some ideas. Let us know what you want us to talk about next. And if you want to come in, you just get a free consultation. All consults are free. No strings attached.
Literally, leave your wallet and your pocketbook at home.
Just come in and sit down with us. If we can help you, we'll get together with your doctor, your physical therapist, whoever you're working with. We'll get with them and put together a game plan. I'm not above asking for help, and I know these guys aren't either. There are things I don't know, but we find out. So if you're out there and you're listening to the podcast and you're at a place where you really want to make some changes, drop us a line. Let us help. We're here for you. We're right here in Greenville. We're not going anywhere. If anything, we're going places. So, this has been Kenny and Gary again for the We Are United podcast. Check us out online, UnitedPersonalFitness.com, and like us on Facebook at United Personal Fitness. Thanks again, guys, and we will catch you later.